man, I think about that answered prayer. I'm wondering if I'm over spiritualizing this dating stuff. Be honest with me, haha.
You are over spiritualizing this nigga.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin,
I'm Belief Mel.
and we are here with episode 259 of
How married are you? Okay, my name Belief. This is Yvette. We married 15 years. Live in California. We got 4 kids. Relationship scary is very necessary. We share our love struggles. We ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shorty. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions, we got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
It's chocolate baby story time.
did we tell them about how Uzi lost his front 2 teeth?
No.
Crazy story. Uzi was like, I think my tooth's ready to be pulled out. I was like, man, I don't know about that. And he was like, okay, I think so. And then Yvette was like, Uzi, just come over here. Just come over here. And she tried to pull out and missed. He started crying, freaking
The
out.
thing is, he was being all timid and he wasn't close enough. And so I didn't get a good grip on it. But it was, you guys, it was one of those things where it was like, if you just flicked it the right way, it would have come off. It wasn't like I was pulling it out. It was a flick.
She flicked it the wrong way.
I did.
So then later on, he just came out of his room, emerged with two front teeth.
He had disappeared after that moment in time. And
It was
I
so
already
sad.
knew what he was doing.
It was so sad. So anyway, we got to the point where he came out and he showed me, and I was like, it's sad. It's like that moment where, oh, shoot, his adult teeth are coming in. This is about to, be a big shift here. And I was like, do you want a hug? He was like, no, but I'll take one. And I just got a nice little hug from him. And it was like, now the hugs are for me, That's what it felt like. And now you're chocolate baby story time.
Right before this episode, right before coming to record, I was like, so I noticed that Theo's room door was open, but he was in the bathroom, and the way it is like it's a 90-degree angle, and Theo's bedroom is right here and the bathroom door is right here. So he was going potty, and I was like, I think I'm gonna sneak into his room and try to startle him when he comes back in here. And so I tried to hide behind his curtain, but I was like, nah, this is too obvious. So then I moved. He has a little couch in his room. So then I moved in like between the wall and the couch that was furthest away where he couldn't see. And he did actually come in, run up to the top of his bed, grab a box of tissue, and then run back down, and he didn't see me. But he went back into the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'm going to find a different hiding position because that one was kind of uncomfortable anyway. So then when he left out of his room this time, his door kind of closed. And his door was wide open, and his door kind of backs up to his closet. So I was like, let me just hide in his closet behind the door. And I was standing there for at least like 2 to 3 minutes. And then he finally, while I was standing here, I was like, you know what? Opening the door is not going to be a thing. Like, I need to have something. So I grabbed his flip-flop. And when he finally came through the door, I pushed the door open or closed because he didn't close it. And I threw the flip-flop at him. He got startled. Oh my gosh. I was recording the whole thing, but I didn't
Face the camera
have the camera and face the right way. But I am like that parent. I am ridiculous. I tried to scare Riot earlier today and I was unsuccessful. So Theo had to have I had to have success. And I startled Theo, and he was just so irritated. But I told him and his dad, I was like, him and his dad are my favorite people to annoy in this house. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what it is about those two, but getting on their nerves does something for my spirit.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but whatever. Welcome Black, guys.
Welcome Black.
So after our last episode, we couldn't share the actual email because we got an email from someone about an update. But it was really intense. because we got to talk about, we got more details from a different person's perspective. And we didn't share it with you guys, of course, because the caller and the email person asked us not to. And I just want to let y'all know, don't do that. If you want advice, sign up for the Premarital Advantage and then take the course and then come talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Then come ask us a question or set up an appointment to be mentored. But don't just like ask us to do that. That was crazy. Anyway, Premarital Advantage is an e-course that we did. And it's super dope. It helps people walk through good conversations to have before you commit your life to someone. Um, you know, and even if you think you found the one, just really good conversations to have, right? We hop into relationships like hoping for the best, but not really being coached or kind of being mentored through the process. And every single other area in our life, we have mentors. We have managers, we have coaches, we have trainers, but we don't have that for relationships. And so, if you're looking for a mentor um, for your relationship, here's some criteria you should think about. Right, you want to be with someone who is in a season that you desire, whether they be, married with no kids, married with kids, traveling a lot, working together, all those things. Right. You also want to make sure that they are at least 10 to 15 years uh, older than you in marriage, right? Or older than you in relationship. I would say marriage because that's obviously the goal with us, but just take that into consideration. Also, you want someone whose spouse looks at them like you want, like that they respect them. You can tell that there's love and respect and appreciation there. Uh, and we may not fit your criteria for that, but I don't care how long you've been married. It's always good to have people to look up to, just so you know you're not crazy. Sometimes you feel crazy. But yeah, so that's that little pitch for you. Um, we ready to hop into this email? We got a good email here.
So we had an email, right? Where someone wrote in and asked, is our relationship built to last, right? They wrote that email in. And then I didn't get it right away. But then 5 days later, they wrote in and said, we broke up. So I'm curious about it, but also because it could still be applicable to other people or whatever. But there's that one. And then we have another one from a man.
That's it. It's just from a man.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we like to hear from the men.
Let's go with the men.
Men.
Let's go with the men this time.
It's a very long email.
Okay.
All right. Hey, finally writing. And I want to start off by saying I'm pretty embarrassed sharing this.
Okay. We got you.
Thinking about Thinking about revisiting the relationship that didn't work out only because I'm stuck on my prayers. I should have wrote to you last year. Okay, so I was in a long distance relationship for over 3 years. The girl I was with is from a different culture and country. She's from Middle Eastern country. Her mother and father struggle with the fact that I'm a black man. Wait, did we read this?
I'm out. I mean, that's just me. If it was me, I'm out. No, we haven't read this. I didn't hear this.
Oh, maybe I read it, but we didn't do it. Okay,
but continue. Don't let me rain on your parade.
I'm out. Okay. A few months into the relationship, I noticed that she has a hard time communicating about anything that feels challenging or uncomfortable. I've read this before. It can even be a conversation about the silliest thing. It feels like a disagreement, she shuts down. It can be about something as playful as chicken wings. She hesitates to share her own opinion. No exaggeration. But she's also very soft-spoken and gentle, which is a beautiful thing on the positive side of things, I think. So for sure. What? Did I read that well? Should I reread that sentence? Babe, what is happening?
You itchy? This is the seat.
I'm like...
Every time we come down here, you're itchy. Maybe it's that seat.
As I sit back down.
Well, stop wearing Daisy Dukes.
I don't. These aren't even Daisy Dukes. But she's also very soft-spoken and gentle, which is a beautiful thing on the positive. Where is this back scratcher? But she's also very soft spoken and gentle, which is a beautiful thing on the positive side of things, I think. So, for sure. After a few months together, I brought it up to her that I feel as though we're going to have a communication issue because there's hesitation over the silliest of conversations, food, TV shows, etc. There was no real response to that, mostly silence. Sometime after over a year of being together, I asked her, "Do you think you can happily be in a relationship with me if your parents never support us?" Her initial response was silence. There's a lot of silence from this girl. Understandable. I told her to think on it and we can revisit the conversation. Months go by. We had not revisited the conversation. We were watching a show on FaceTime together on Netflix or YouTube, and something in the show reminded me of our relationship struggle with the family dynamic and racism. So I took upon myself to ask her again then and there. I asked, if that was our situation with the wedding and marriage, do you think you could be with me and be okay with your decision if your parents didn't support our marriage? Her response was, I don't think I could do that. I was stunned by her response, but I shouldn't have been surprised. I told her how that made me feel and how it's unfair to me. I didn't break up with her. I kept exercising patience. He put patience in quotation marks. That's what I kept telling myself. I didn't want to give up on a relationship that I felt could change for the better. I should have broken up with her. That was the responsible thing to do. I started feeling lonely in the relationship even more. I already felt like I wasn't in a relationship anymore. I also kept in mind that she did lose her grandma and thought to myself, I can't have too hard of a conversation with her while she's depressed about the loss.
Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar.
Say more.
Well, he's basically saying, I can't bring up something. Like, I have to hold in what I'm doing, like what I'm thinking, because of what she's going through, right? Which is fairly normal, but it's just not a healthy way to process things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, sorry.
What do you think he should have done? Or we can talk about it after I finish reading the email.
Sorry.
Okay. Her mom threatens to kill herself. What? Well, this escalated quickly.
Get out of there.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I skipped a paragraph.
Okay, sorry.
She's depressed about the loss.
I'm sorry. This isn't funny, first of all.
Oh my God. It's not.
First of all.
Stop. So sad. Time goes by. I start to catch on that she ignores my phone calls and texts when around her parents because she doesn't want them to lash out on her. Her mom threatens to kill herself for her daughter being with a black man.
Okay, now it's crazy.
I'm only laughing because my husband's so dramatic.
You gotta get out of there.
Hold on. I haven't finished reading the email. With being with a black man, and her dad scolds her, yells at her. I didn't always know that at first, but I still felt disrespected by her decision to hide her communication with me. It went on for years, brother.
You deserve.
No.
Come on, man. How long is this email? You gotta.
It's very long. Glenn's just on me.
This is just getting. Go ahead.
I quietly just kept accepting it, feeling less than, feeling ignored. She never brought it up. I never brought it up. I just allowed it to grieve me in hopes that the relationship would change one day. Part of the reason I didn't say anything is because she's say I was nitpicking or correcting her about things, but I was just sharing how something made me feel. So that's why I didn't say anything. After we broke up, she admitted to it and apologized for it, but this is later down the road. We wanted to close the distance between us, and we often talked about marriage. She no longer wanted to move to the U.S., and I was upset about that, but I grew to understand. Where she lives, the healthcare is better, and the quality of life is too. So I decided to meet with the embassy to close the gap, the distance.
Bruh.
You have to pass an interview to prove your relationship. Tricky questions are asked, and you have to show photos and videos too. Flight tickets to show you when you visited each other, etc. Here's where I'm stuck. My prayer. I prayed this. Lord, if blankety blank is who you want me to marry, approve my citizenship to move to Sweden. If not, deny it. Man, I was broke and still drove 4 hours to DC to do this interview. I did it though, sweating and everything. I told her that the interview was a little shaky. I was nervous, but I pulled through on getting all the details together for a successful interview. Man, she was not excited.
What?
He has a laughing emoji, so that's why I'm laughing. I was thinking to myself, does she not want me to come there anymore? She was not excited. She really gave me the impression that she wanted me to take this next step to close the distance, but I could sense that she had some hesitation about our future. She was not excited. He said that like 5 times. It drained me emotionally that night. I drove home 4 hours. I drove home 4 hours, not like, 4 hours sad about it. Fast forward to 8 months later, we received our decision, and the decision was approved. I passed the interview. I thank God for giving clarity. I said to blankety blank, I pray for the Lord to approve it if it's his will and to deny it if it's against his will. I'm glad I know we're headed in the right direction.
Oh my God.
I'm still scrolling. There's more.
When was this email sent? How much time do we have?
I honestly can't remember what her response was, but she is Christian. She doesn't pursue a relationship with God because she says she doesn't know where to start.
Well, then she ain't Christian.
And just to add some context, the family is Assyrian, which is modern day Iraq. They say Assyria though, not Iraq. I probably should have said that in the beginning, haha. Their Christianity looks a lot different than how it looks here in the US, which isn't a bad thing, but just for context. My point is, we respectfully talked about it openly many times. I've definitely pointed to scriptures to read and prayed for her at times. But yeah, there's no pursuit to have a relationship with Jesus. Not to say I'm perfect, because I'm nothing close to it. But I do have a desire and an effort to have a relationship with Jesus, but there's no desire, it seems. I had patience for that too.
Can we take a break? Give me 1 second. Good Lord. Let me just.
I told you it was a long one.
No. It's just too much. It's too much. I need to shift the mood.
Scratch anyway. So.
Shift the mood. Goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh.
What's that song?
Everything.
A black love story started at a step show. I was
a little intermission
40 from the radio, and I met this little shorty, chocolate petite. She say,
"Hey, Mr. DJ."
I said my name, believe. Then with the turntable, she was trying to take a flick. I thought a photo bombing to get all up in her mix. I saw her waist snatched in her face beat.
Maybe it's melanin, maybe it's Maybelline. Okay, listen to me real quick. This song comes out September 5th. Don't sleep. The song comes out September 5th. I needed a break because I need to know that not all stories start like that. Good God, Jesus.
Look at how much more there is.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? And you know what's crazy? I love when men write in. So I really do love this. But these already like, this needs to be like a comic book or like something. Can we say that?
I feel like I want to see how this story ends, but I feel like I already know it. Like, it's like, bruh, you should have stopped.
Yeah, man. If we get to the end of this email and you still with this girl, we gonna have our problem.
Well, why would he write in if he broke up with her? All right, here we go. I had patience for that too. I thought, hey, maybe the Lord is using me for that. And I was cool. Just in case you forgot before the break, he's talking about bringing them closer to Jesus, in relationship with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not perfect, so who am I to act like Mr. Perfect Christian? But I also understood there was no fruit there. Between being told you're overreacting, it's not that big of a deal when I share my feelings, and yours are worse than mine. When she's comparing my mistakes worse than hers, I had to break us up. Took me 3 years to end it. I went to see a local relationship counselor to see what I should have done first. She brought up that the parents are too heavily influencing the relationship. The manipulation affected her and it bled into the relationship. I always knew that. The counselor also said that blankety blank is not choosing the relationship 100%. That she may accept me 60%, 70%, or maybe even 80%, but it's not 100% because she struggles with believing what her parents say. Note, we started dating at 29 years old. We broke up at 31. Note, blankety blank did say to me, I question everything with you because I shouldn't put up with some of the things you do. When she says that, she's referring to how loud I talk sometimes.
Yes. She don't like you black.
And I think for her, the distance has been playing at her advantage because she's like, I can string this guy along and not really have to commit. You know,
You understand what I did there? She don't like you black. Like
I missed it.
She don't like you black, bro.
You did good. Good job, babe. That was really good.
Thanks.
I learned to keep my volume in check, even though I just have a habit of talking mad loud. My whole family is like that, but I understand how it can come off. It's embarrassing when the woman you love thinks you're raising your voice at her when I talk. I take full responsibility for that. Never was my intent, but the damage was there. Again, it's the most embarrassing thing in the world when your tone comes off too loud. I gave myself grace. I got tired of feeling depressed about it. I didn't shame her for the things she did, but boy, oh boy, did I hear it. I was frustrated though, frustrated that I stayed so long enduring the racism and being hidden in 3 years of stonewalling. Every important conversation we had, it only happened because I had to follow up. Every single one. For 3 years, I was frustrated and disappointed. I held all of that in and got annoyed so easily towards year 3. So I decided to hurry up and see a relationship counselor. I felt at ease after the session. That's when I made the decision to break up. But I still think about that answered prayer. The prayer God answered, approving the citizenship. We still talk every day. What the front door? Brother, she does not know how
Knock it off. This is stupid. It's a dumb email. Sorry, I want more men to write in, but this right here, bruh.
You guys should also know we are tired, and Glenn's probably lost all sense of control.
Bruh.
He doesn't have no patience for this.
Are you kidding me? Knock it off. My gosh.
We're almost
we
to
still
the end.
talk every day.
We're almost to the end. We still talk every day. She does not know how to give me space. You don't know how to give you space.
You don't know how to put up a wall, bro.
I asked her if she wants to try again. At first it was yes. Then I asked her, do you still want to do life with me? She said, it's just that we don't seem to be a good fit with communication. The next day she told me, sorry, I had to change my voice. The next day she told me that she didn't fully say what she meant. She said she meant to say, if we can work on how we communicate, then yeah, let's try again. I thought about it and I decided, okay, I can try again. Let's do it. Once I made up my mind, she said, I don't understand how you can just go from not being together for a few months to being together again. I told her the same way you expect to be treated like my lady after we broke up, because you don't understand how I can just not talk to you after being together for 3 years. We didn't get back together, but man, I think about that answered prayer. I'm wondering if I'm over-spiritualizing this dating stuff. Be honest with me, haha. Thank you. God bless you, family and work. God bless your family and work. And
you are over-spiritualizing this nigga.
I didn't even know we had that. What the heck?
I'm telling you. Did you finish it?
I finished it.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, brother. Okay. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
One thing I want to say, man.
I need water. That was a lot.
Do not stop writing in with this, but I'm sorry. I overreacted. I overreacted. What I would say is, I think it's very obvious that you are having sex with this girl.
Is this him?
Mm-hmm.
How you know?
Because I know I recognized. So you are having sex with this girl, and you love it. You love it. You love it. And correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not having sex with her at all, brother. Maybe you just so in love with her knees. You're like, oh my gosh, her qualities are just amazing.
Did you say knees as in her knees?
Her kneecaps. Maybe you just love her kneecaps. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, I believe that you are, you can't think straight because of what you experienced together. That, you know what a succubus is? Babe?
A what?
Succubus.
No.
Look, a succubus is a demoness a demoness from folklore and fiction that appears in male humans' dreams to seduce them, often draining them of their life force through sexual contact.
Mm.
It's just like it's something that happens in like media.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just want to say, I want to say that you're over spiritualizing it. That's one. I want to say that I think that you have to figure out your standards before you get in a relationship because a relationship will change your standards, right?
A relationship will change your standard.
Right? You will adjust what you want
Mm-hmm.
out of a relationship
Mm-hmm.
depending on who you're with,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that is something to take note of. Okay? I recognize this as you just accepting whatever you could get. And I don't know if you happen to be overseas when you met her, or I don't know what the attraction is, but someone not communicating to you and just being quiet is like that's just a bad partner. Like one thing when my son's on the ice hockey, I mean when he's playing roller hockey, I put a mic on him because I want to hear what he's saying. Right, this is not a controlling dad, but also it's good for content. So I want to hear what he's saying. So I'm listening, and I can tell when the team does better when he's more vocal. When he's like, "Nice shot, pass, I'm open, over here, good job, get down there, turn around, skate, skate." Like when he's doing all that, I know that he's working hard, not just with his body, but mentally, right? And so if you're not communicating to your partner the things that frustrate you or whatever, like you're just not a good partner. You know what I'm saying? You're not on the right team. You need to be in a relationship where someone else can think for you or guess what you're thinking. That's just one. The biggest red flag is you being black. You're black. You can't unblack yourself, right? He's a fairly handsome guy.
Glenn thinks he found you, but I'm not convinced. I don't know why you're so confident that's
fine with me.
But if he's the guy that you're saying, then yes, he's a handsome guy.
It seems to me that you've decided that lack of communication is okay. And then when she happens to communicate, it happens to be things that she doesn't like about your personality, you talk loud, or the way her parents perceive you as a black man. Those are prisons that you're going to have to break out of together in marriage, in the relationship. I think this is over.
Yeah. Stop talking to her.
It is over.
Yeah.
So over. And I'm not saying that everybody shouldn't be with someone whose parents don't like them. I'm not saying that. Because some people they make it work or whatever. I don't believe that. I think that some people, they can work through that type of stuff. I just think if this person isn't communicating, stonewalling you, silent, and she really values what her parents think, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's best for you to walk away and lose her number. What about the prayer? God answered the prayer, What do you think about the prayer, man?
Okay. I understand, but some things. Okay, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, Lord, if I put this quarter in the vending machine and the candy bar doesn't get stuck, then that's your sign that I should still indulge in this sugary treat that I know I shouldn't indulge in because I got all kinds of diabetes. Okay. Obviously, we all know where my head is at. I talked about this a couple episodes ago. But, I think sometimes we do over-spiritualize things in a way that it's like, I mean, why wouldn't you have gotten approved? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, that's the email. That's why you're confident this. You just found that is you. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? You got me all distracted because it's like, bruh, you applied for a thing. Like, I mean, I guess there's definitely a chance you could have not got applied. I mean, what's it called? Approved or whatever the case is. I don't know, y'all.
No.
I hate to deny what the Lord, how the Lord can speak to us.
I don't even know if that's God. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't know if that's God. I've prayed in the middle of sin, Lord, please don't let this girl dad come home while I'm in the closet. You think God is answering that?
My kids have prayed while we're driving, Lord, please let this be a green light. Please. You know what I mean? And it's a green light and they think that's an answered prayer. No, that's because it was time for the light to turn green.
Where were they trying to go?
They just do that sometimes.
Oh.
When they're like, so we do this thing where it's like, okay,
Hold
guys.
on. This is a rabbit trail. Are you about to go somewhere I'm not going to be able to come back from?
No, it's just a
Go
quick.
ahead. Sorry.
We do this thing where it's like, if we're somewhere, okay, guys, I think it's going to take us 10 minutes. And then everyone guesses. And then whoever wins. But they don't know I control the speed of the car.
Yeah, so you playing God. Anyway, I think honestly that I think there's a lesson there for you. I think there's heartache and pain there for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm not praying to God that if I touch a hot skillet, that it's not gonna burn me. You know what I'm saying? And I could pray that prayer, but common sense would tell me that that's hot. You know what I'm saying? And most likely it's gonna burn me. I think that what you have in your mind is like what you can accept is what you deserve. So you think you can accept something and then you're like, well, must be God. You know what I mean? And if you just pay attention to the signs, well, do you like working with someone who doesn't speak and having to guess what they want? She obviously doesn't like you.
Mm-mm.
She don't like you like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this information is just good to know as a human. Like, oh, I know this person don't like me. I can feel it. You ever walk in the room, you're like, damn, this vibe is off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that you have chemistry, right? But that doesn't actually mean that you will work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, I'm not a scientist, but if you put two different chemicals inside of a little test tube, it will be a reaction. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, depending on the mood, it will be, like, say if you put two things inside of a test tube and like sparks up, in the dark, that looks really cool. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a bunch around the toilet paper, it's going to light something on fire. You know what I mean? And so we decided that we're not going to say relationships are hard anymore. We're going to say relationships are tender.
And we are not the original people who came up with that. We are going to give credit where credit is
Nah, if she want credit, she can post about it. I got beef. So anyway, I'm saying relationships are tender because somebody, you know what I'm saying, we all talked about it. So if relationships are tender, you got to figure out what you want to work at, you know? Yeah.
And let's explain, let's dive into that a little bit. I want to just define what tender means. No? Am I doing too much?
No, I'm just mad. Like this.
Tender means showing gentleness and concern or sympathy. Like if something's tender,
you care for it.
You got to think about how you would hold it and care for it and whatever. You know what I mean? A wound, if it's tender, you wouldn't just go, hiya. You probably wouldn't touch it at all, honestly, but you treat it gently. And so that's basically what we're saying when we say tender.
Yeah, versus hard.
I was trying to elaborate and I don't
You want to
it
define
didn't
hard?
It did not require.
You want to define hard?
Hard? When we define hard? Hard. Defined. is a solid, firm, and rigid, not easily broken, bent, or pierced, described as an adjective, which I think
Doesn't describe marriage.
doesn't
very well.
describe marriage. It could describe a person in the marriage, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
There's something to think about.
I don't think moral of the story, I don't think this is worth it.
Mm-mm.
I don't think it's a good use of your time, your talents, or your mind. You know,
Or your handsomeness.
yeah. Watch out. I already said he was handsome. You said he was handsome. Now you bringing up the handsomeness again. Crazy. Hey man, you know what? We probably could find somebody out there for you.
We probably could.
But it seems like you got a type. And it seemed like
It
your
does,
type
from
is
your
a
profile.
little.
From your profile.
Your type seemed like a little.
Don't say it.
Well,
What you gonna say?
I was gonna say well traveled.
Oh my gosh, I wish everybody could see his profile so they know why Glenn said that.
No.
No.
But I'm saying, but I wasn't even gonna say that about his actual type. I'm saying that what he will accept, the type of woman he will accept. It doesn't seem like personality wise, they are like they don't. It doesn't seem like
Just eat your words.
they respect him. Like think about what he's putting up with.
True. Yeah, you do deserve better. You just deserve better. Plain and simply put.
Yeah, absolutely.
This whole email, I feel like if you read it back to yourself, you could probably advise yourself.
And I think you just want marriage real bad. Like I think you just want to be with somebody real bad. But the fact that she's not even walking with the Lord like that, she kind of a Christian. She don't like to talk, and she family kind of racist. Like, bro, like these
Yeah.
are all red flags. You only need one red flag to move away.
And let's move on from him for a while because I think he understands where we stand and the advice we have to give. I think that sometimes we stay in relationships longer than we should.
Mhm.
And the truth of the matter is we know it as it's happening. And so I'm saying we because I am included in that number, not with this guy. But even whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or a business partnership, whatever the case may be, sometimes we overstay our welcome. And I think we need to listen to our intuition and be better about like seeing how we're treated for what it is. Because sometimes I think we like to make excuses for the treatment we're receiving when there is no excuse. You don't deserve to be treated like that. And so for all of us, let's learn from this gentleman that we should not stay in relationships longer than we have to. Like what's that saying? When they show me the first time, I should believe them or something like that.
When people show you when people show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Yeah. I mean, people change, but
but just definitely believe them. You know,
just believe them.
I don't know if I've been this thirsty.
You want some water?
In general, I'm talking about people. Get that away.
I was trying.
Like I'm saying, like this seems like
thirsty.
Man.
Oh, you mean like
yeah.
I gotta go sleep.
Oh man.
And I still got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, babe, how married are you?
Wait, were you done with your thought?
No, I don't know if I've
Finish
been
your
this thirsty as you try to figure out how married you are. I don't know if I've been this thirsty for a relationship, but I'm sure there's people who I thought like, oh, these are my people and they're not my people. And then it's a sad, like grieving process. I don't want to be in a position to where I have to be told several times that someone, like I have to be rejected several times. And I think you are like, well, she said, you know what I mean? I think that you probably need to process this with somebody local, like in your community, because it seems like you're kind of in an echo chamber,
Mm-hmm.
or like
Well,
you're
he did get that counselor, relationship counselor.
yeah, but like as you're explaining it to a relationship counselor, it's like very
Mm.
obvious that like something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the the relationship that you have with yourself is going to be primary here. This is bad advice. If I was to tell you to be with this person, it's bad advice. Um, and I don't know if you can. I don't think you need to be asking. It's so hard because I'm like you kind of put God in a like position to like if he answers your prayer or even if that was God, not to say you're not praying to God, but it just seems like you want it more than anybody else wants it. You want it more than her. You want it more than God wants it for you. You want it more like it just seems like you want this so bad. Um and I'm really big on not telling people what God says or whatever. So I'm very like reluctant to say anything about it. But in this situation, bro, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it may be something for you, like a lesson, but I don't know if it's anything beneficial for your life. You know, not that lessons can't be beneficial, but like
Mm.
you want marriage. It seems like I have to know if you're like if you're just really attracted to her or you're just kind of hypnotized by the sexual connection you guys have, because that's what it seems like. It seems like you're kind of spent around in a circle on this.
You're
Oh,
also assuming that they're romantically active or sexually active,
3 years, 3 years.
but they're also in a long distance relationship. So it could be easier for
Oh,
them to. Did you miss that part?
yeah. Hmm. I don't know. Okay, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in a long distance relationship. I was in a long distance relationship for 3 years. Oh my
It was
gosh.
so far in the beginning of the letter you forgot
Yeah,
about.
so much has happened. Years have passed.
I
I'm
cannot.
sorry. Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
think you might want to go to therapy.
Is therapy different than what he's been doing?
Yeah, it seems like he did a relationship counselor. It seems like a lot of his stuff is kind of built around a church. I think he needs an actual therapist because what this says to me, character wise, is I am like it seems like he's kind of smitten, like almost like a like he's like green, like wet behind the ears. Like it's like man, this girl, I really like her, and that's kind of it. You know what I mean? And so I was like this when I was like a kid in like California, and then I went home to Baltimore, and it was like I started in Baltimore, went to California, went back to Baltimore, and it was like my cousins taught me how to keep it player, which basically isn't anything you really want to do because there's a lot of toxic masculinity in that. However, there is um like a way to get played. And I think the way to get played is how this dude is interacting with this woman and women's unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just a little kind of scared for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very trusting and accepting of a
Mm-hmm.
lot of BS.
Mm-hmm.
So and this is just what I see from a man's perspective, and obviously this isn't biblical or anything like that. But I can't lie on this, man. This is kind of scary. So please don't like you have to like if I'm your homie like and I call you and you're like hey man what should I do, I'm like give me your phone. I'm blocking her number,
And
deleting
deleting
her
her
everywhere,
on.
man.
Yeah.
You need to get off of that. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like dealing with racist people in public is different, but dealing with them in your own home
Mm.
is a whole nother level.
For real. For real.
And then like just imagine like okay maybe eventually she ends up treating you well, and then someone comes along that is her parents' type for her,
Mm.
and then they're trying to convince her to leave you for that,
Yeah.
or you have kids with this person, and then the parents treat the kids like trash. It's too much. How married are you?
You know, I was thinking, what if we have a little fun?
No, it's too late for that.
No, listen. We leave it with our audience members. If you made it this far, we want you to answer this question. How married are you? Every week we come and we tell you how married.
No, you full of crap.
No,
you
listen.
full of crap.
Listen.
You being lazy, yo.
Listen. I'm not being lazy. Every week we come to you and we tell you how married we are. It's your turn to tell us how married you are, because I know how married Glenn is not. Okay? So
How married am I? I'm not. What you talking about?
We recently came across this inquiry. And the inquiry was, would you give up kisses for the rest of your life? So you could never kiss your spouse ever again. Or sauce. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, salsa, marinades, all the aiolas, all the different things.
I don't even know how to say it. Aiolas?
Honey mustard.
Isn't that a private part? Isn't it?
Oh my gosh, please tell me it's not.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Because let me tell you something. I had to think about it a little bit. I had to think about it. But you know what Glenn said? He said he would give up my lips, y'all. He would never kiss me again.
I didn't say I would give
and
up.
And he would have the sauces. So I want to know how married are y'all, because my husband ain't that married.
Well, listen. But it's a hypothetical. This would never be a thing.
It doesn't matter.
It would never be a thing.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're not that married. It could be a thing.
It couldn't be a thing. Who would do this? This is ridiculous. This is something Trump would do, honestly. But this is ridiculous.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I can't stand the man. Do they not know that about me?
Well,
oh my gosh, I can't stand
what if
that
we
man.
get shadow banned or something?
Man, shadow ban me.
Oh my god.
I don't care. We don't make no money off this anyway. Anyway,
we
can't stand the man.
Okay, keep going.
Ooh.
Can you talk about the sauce and the kisses?
Yeah. So
give me a kiss.
We went to Jamaica, and they had Scotch bonnet sauce. And I just got the sauce, and then that question popped up, and I was like, not ever. And I'm a foodie. I love to cook. I like to marinate. We're talking about like marinate. You know what I mean? Like imagine always eating chicken with just salt, pepper.
Just brine it.
Okay.
Brine it.
But you can't put nothing on the skin. Nothing. No barbecue sauce, no chipotle sauce, nothing.
Does that count as a sauce? Because what if you just put some vegetables? Never mind. I agree. I'm not that married either. Okay?
You agree?
But I want to know how married you guys are.
No, you need to answer the question, babe. That's not how we do the podcast. You always trying to do this.
What?
You be trying to just switch the rules. How married are you? I want to know.
I'm so married that I would give up kisses as well.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just kidding. I'm so married that I tried to save our household money, and I bought myself this off-brand Aura ring, and it's stressing me out.
Because it don't work?
Because it don't tell me my stress level. So I'm going to see if I can return it. If y'all still continue to see me wearing it, that just means I wasn't able to return it. But for Christmas, I think I want an Aura ring, because I need to the statistics. Let me just tell you this, and we are not sponsored by anybody, but the statistics that Glenn gets wearing his Aura ring versus what I get, I'm like, oh, I know I'm getting the cheap version. You know what I'm saying?
No one told you to get the cheap version.
No one told me to get the cheap version, but I was trying to save money, and that's just how married I am. How married are you?
I'm so married that.
Who's texting you?
Aura ring.
Are you stressed? What is it saying?
Are you stressed?
Sitting here with your wife?
Yeah, so I'm so married. Yesterday you said a request. You were like, you made the Chipotle chicken yesterday, right? Oh, no, you chopped it up.
Mm-hmm.
And you just casually put in requests. You were like, yeah, and if you want, you can make some black beans, maybe. So I went upstairs and I made black beans for you, specifically because you wanted black beans. Did they come out cool?
They came out good.
Okay.
And well, you should stick around for the Patreon Patreon.
Extendo.
And that's just how married we are.